last year I went to Crufts, and it was just sort of me and my mummy, and we went, just to view other water spaniels. And after the judging had finished, I decided to go into the ring, stood in there for a while, took a deep breath and said, I'll be here next year with my cow. And that's what I've done. Since I was about 5, I had always wanted a dog, and I suppose it took me a good 5 years after that to sort of build up Mummy and Daddy's confidence in me. When I was about 6, they sort of bought me off with a computer, and then in my first year of the grammar school, they decided to get me a dog for my Christmas present. That Christmas I was told that he would not be coming until New Year's because he was too young. And I was lying in bed, obviously couldn't sleep because Santa was coming and that, and I heard this wee yelp, and I was thinking, am I imagining things, I went out, and who was sitting on the sofa but Cal, and he was sitting there, and I was just sort of overcome and floods of tears, When I go out for a walk, it's usually, oh, look at the big twiddle. People walk up and they say, we know somebody that has one in white or black, and I say, you don't, these are water spaniels, you not get them in any other colour. I have another dog, she's Cassie, she's a year and a half now. She's still very, puppy, she's still a bit, hyper and a bit mad, and she gets on really well with Cal, they're fantastic together, and he'd be lost now without her, In the future, I would like to be, sort of an ambassador for the breed, because they're now on the rare endangered breed list. If they're lost, it'll be a great loss to, Irish mythology and that. The first ever show that I went to was an Irish Water Spaniel Club show. I hadn't even entered the dog, and the secretary of the club said to me if on the day I had wanted to enter him, I could. So I decided that, might as well, there's nothing to lose, and took him into the ring. He won Best Puppy and Show and Best Novice, which I thought was absolutely brilliant, and sort of thought, this is a good sort of pastime to have. Mum and Dad, they're really supportive whenever, any show that I would want to go to, they would take me. If I didn't have my mum and dad and my family, I definitely wouldn't have been able to do it. You have to definitely have support from your family, first of all, to be able to keep rolling with the whole thing,
Well, I suppose for Emma, it's really like a dream come true. She's done much better with her dogs than she ever imagined that she could do, and it's just lovely to see her enjoying it, because it's very important that she enjoys it.
Whenever your child's got a dream, well, you try to follow that dream with them, try and hope that they will achieve that, So you're there to support and help them all the way.
To get to Crufts now is just an absolute dream come true for me. It's just all been an absolute high from the moment that I got the qualification to get there, and now getting there is just going to be absolutely amazing. I'm not too sure how he'll do. It just depends, because there's going to be a lot of competition there, and it'll be, he'll be up against it definitely. Hopefully, I would like him to be at least placed, but apart from that, whether he does nothing, I don't mind. He's just a fantastic dog, and I'll come home with the best dog anyway.